Hey,
Hello and
what's up?
welcome back to the
Yo,
Northwest
yo,
Trenches podcast.
yo, what's up? What's up? I
Welcome
don't know.
back
I don't.
to the RFK Anonymous podcast, where we
Yes.
where we discuss the RFK situation where he was in court for multiple a
Killing
day.
ET with hammers.
Apparently, um, Mr. RFK got in trouble for having outbreaks of measles in young children because of his health uh, adjustments for like school foods and any sort of food. Apparently, measles is now an outbreak again because of this man. And
I don't really care about measles. I feel like that's like a 17th century disease.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we really don't have.
You would
Honestly,
hope there's a
like I'm not saying.
vaccine by now.
Yeah, well, there is. There absolutely is. You get it like very early on in life, the measles vaccine. That's why you ever had measles?
I don't think so.
Neither have I. And it's because we got the no, I can't talk about I can't talk about shots like that
Mm-hmm.
so early in the show. Let's toe the line here.
There was a situation where he's trying to stop food dyes and high fructose corn syrup, which do
Hmm.
affect people depending on the amount you ingest. Um,
Well, high fructose corn syrup is a bad thing. I mean,
yeah.
everybody knows. It's just a cheaper way to sweeten things. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is.
So the entire courtroom, not the food court, just the courtroom in general, they were very, very mad at Mr. RFK for adjusting things and trying to change
Hmm.
things that haven't been changed in like 20 years. Outside of Michelle Obama's school lunches initiative, there has not been a change on
Yeah.
how we manage food in America.
Yeah, I feel like Michelle Obama ruining school lunch was like an alt-right pipeline for a lot of people, like a lifelong, like far-right ideology pipeline that
This
people
woman,
finally got.
this frickin' woman ruined my
It all
school
started.
lunches.
It all started with Big Mike trying to fuck up fucking Pizza Fridays at
She
school or
threw out
whatever.
my
Like,
apple crisp Thursdays and made it into broccoli mix Thursdays. What a
yeah, what a broccoli mix Thursday. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Tell
dude.
me I can't get a You tell me I can't get a fucking pop at school
No,
anymore
no
because of this
more.
fucking
Nope.
because of Big Mike. Are
You
you
just get
fucking shitting me?
16 types of milk that all taste the same. That's all you get.
Yeah, yeah. Chocolate milk that tastes plain. My favorite.
Uh,
My favorite to
at,
get.
at one point in
No, when
elementary
I
school,
no,
they
when I
tried
was
to get
in
rid of my milk completely. They were going to do water in
really,
elementary.
holy shit. Are you sure you weren't in prison?
It was because
I mean, what the? You're
apparently
at
there's like
concentration camp school?
certain chemicals in school milks and milk in general that they were thinking is like hazardous for kids in that age range, and it would like affect your brain chemistry and make you and I'll probably
That's
censor my
crazy.
use of that word because that was more of the hateful way of saying that word. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just know that I used to be able to get a fucking sun kiss at school at
No, that's
lunch.
so sick, actually. Just
I could no longer get
hell
it.
yeah.
Then fourth grade, third or fourth, or no, it was when was I unable to get pop at school?
Hmm.
I think it was like 2011.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's like fifth grade, bro. Fifth or
And
sixth grade.
yeah, fifth, sixth grade, and I think that's when I was no longer able to get a pop at school.
That's
And I remember that
awful.
really pissing me off
That's so
because when I was a
dumb.
kid, I fucking loved Sunkissed,
Mm.
and that was like my favorite pop. And no more Sunkissed at school.
Yeah.
And I honestly can't remember the last time I actually drank a Sunkist
Mm.
outside of like being that age. So
I can't wait for next week. Shane's Sunkist review.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get the new dude, they have like 9,000 fucking Sunkists now. They used
Yeah.
to just be the orange one. And then I remember they had this mango orange
Ooh.
Sunkist that was in like a black, like cool looking can.
Okay.
And I thought it tasted like shit, but I thought the fucking can looked good. So I
Yeah.
was just fucking slamming them fuckers when I was a kid. But no, now they have like blue Sunkiss, pink Sunkiss, fucking. They still
Mm.
got the orange, which is tight. I
I
think
think there was
that's
a
really
yellow
tight,
one
actually.
that was like pineapple.
You're right. There was a yellow Sunkissed. It probably was pineapple. I don't exactly remember what it was because I only ever drank the orange one and that cool looking mango one that they've never re-released.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't remember ever getting soda outside of like Barks root beer in 5th grade, but it was during like a recess festival kind of thing that they did.
Oh, they had a thing going.
Yeah, and they were like, all you need to
Yeah.
do is like throw a ball 5 feet in the air and you'll get Barks root beer. And I was like, okay. Like, why
Say
not?
no more.
Yeah. It's probably my first attempt at having anything with caffeine. And I
I don't
enjoyed.
even think that has caffeine.
I think it does, and if it doesn't, we will eventually learn by searching or somebody eventually commenting.
Barks root beer, the cans, it looks like just a regular beer. It looks like a Coors Light. So like,
Yeah,
I guess that kind of adds up, you know.
like that's surprising.
That it would have a substance in it.
It's surprising that Barks root beer looks that way, but it's just.
Have you seen the fucking? I've never seen a Barks root beer commercial ever, right? But I was scrolling through fucking Instagram one day and somebody had posted a Barks root beer commercial and I'm like, holy fuck, like kind of interested. I got to take a look at this. And I guess in the 90s, like right after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Barks root beer, the company just bought a shit ton of fucking like Soviet surplus like medals and like just a shit ton of surplus from these guys, probably from some crooked fucking ex-Soviet general or some shit.
Yeah, fucking Gorbachev called them and said, "Please buy my medal, please."
Yeah. So the commercial was saying, "Hey, if you buy fucking Barks root beer, you might get the chance to win some free fucking Soviet shit that we poached from a like dead nation."
That kind of goes hard. I won't lie. That kind of goes hard.
Dude, it goes insanely hard. It goes insanely hard, and it might be my favorite like sweepstakes giveaway thing I've ever seen. And I really hope it's real. I hope that's a real commercial, and that wasn't like some fake AI shit somebody made, or I'm gonna feel like a boomer. But dude, like they need to bring that back.
This time for the pause in the recording here, because there's a pause. It's because I could see the connection lines on Discord. I'll cut this out, but the connection lines went double red right before it cut off here.
The country dies.
Okay, you're back now. But yeah.
Yeah. Shit ass. Oh.
You're good.
Is it done?
You're fine, I think.
Done?
Yeah.
Is it done?
You're good.
Okay. All right. Nah, but what I was saying is that more, I guess Barks root beer can just redo it, but like, give me like Ukraine and Russia surplus, military surplus stuff. Just start poaching it. Just send the Barks root beer Marine Corps to go out there and like recover the equipment off these dead guys.
You got fucking
you know what I mean?
You got like a Sprite commercial and they're like, "We have Nazi memorabilia free for the taking. All you gotta do is type in the digits under the cap at Sprite.com."
Well, Fanta, I'm pretty sure they employed like concentration camp, like Jews from the Holocaust for like free labor. So if anybody probably has some like free Nazi shit to give away, it's probably Fanta.
Yeah.
Those guys probably have a shit ton. They're probably like, yeah, we still got the rings off these Jews' fingers, like, some just crazy fucked up shit like that.
Dude, it gets like more modernized the more time moves on. So it's like 2067, and there's a fucking guy that bought out a section of Coca-Cola Company, and he's like,
Yeah.
hey, we own Dasani. If you type in the fucking code on the back, bro, we're just going to give you straight up just like Taliban items. We do not care.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay, yeah, now we're talking. That sounds like a great idea because I absolutely will be getting hella Coca-Cola or whatever. Just so that I can get fucking Afghanistan shit.
Yeah.
I should get the Afghan flag. I should hang up the Afghan flag in my room. any of my fucking like military or veterans friends would just immediately beat my ass. But I think it would be really funny to hang that up. I should get an ISIS flag and hang it up. That would be pretty funny, wouldn't it?
You could hang it up, but hide it behind the speaker in the corner. I could kind of.
Yeah, I can put it up behind the TV or something, and people won't exactly know what they're looking
Well,
at.
you have a public
They'll be like,
Snapchat or whatever, right? So you would just like send pictures of like watching fucking Trump again, and then there's an ISIS flag behind your TV.
watching like a televised fucking Trump speech on my TV with my fucking ISIS flag hanging loud and proud right above it.
That would be so fucking bad. You would get like FBI called immediately.
Oh, for sure.
They'd be like, "What do you know about them? What are you doing?"
I need like a room like in my future house I'm gonna own that like I'll need like 90 different rooms, and one of those rooms is just gonna have offensive flags hanging. I think it's just gonna be completely like wall to wall. Like I'll throw in, what flags should I put in? Afghanistan. Put in like the Soviet Union flag.
Okay.
Obviously got to have the Confederate flag up.
Would you have the Republic of China flag in there?
If I run out of flags, and I like there's like just a patch on the wall where there's some flags missing, I might have to throw People's Republic of China in there.
Gotcha.
I think that's actually a good move. I would get the obviously I got to get the swastika.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's specifically offensive flags, that's like the most offensive one.
You gotta put Pete Hegseth's tattoo as a flag on there. The cross that's obviously a swastika under it.
Yeah, apparently the Celtic cross is a fucking hate symbol or something. But there was another flag I was thinking of that I thought would be a good move.
Oh man, the Isle of Man. That's a good one. It's like three
just as
legs in a
card,
triangle.
The Isle of Man. Yeah. I'll put the Ohio pendant up as a symbol of evil.
You put a fucking Cleveland Browns pendant right next to it. Fucking whatever, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, I put a Cleveland Browns freaking bulldog flag up right next to the freaking Nazi flag.
You get a tailor-made Deshaun Watson flag.
No, I get a fat head of Deshaun Watson, and I put the Confederate flag and the Nazi flag like flanking him so that he's in the center.
Fuck yeah, dude. There was a fucking
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, that's crazy.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Angry Joe posted a Madden NFL review for the latest Madden video game, Madden 26, which I've covered before on the pod. And Angry Joe realized that the weekly recap that they just added into the game is a copy and paste job. So he literally saw the same exact replay between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers in a simulated game. It was the same exact play, but all that was different is that the players were swapped. It was the same play, like from how the defense moved, from how the defense tried to block the catch. Everything was the same, just jersey swapped, essentially.
What the fuck?
I saw that and I was like, oh, this game is ass. I need to play it. Lucky for me, there is a free play weekend on the weekend of this recording. September, I'll say 6th and 7th is when this free play day situation is. And I'm going to play as the Browns. And I'm going to suck shit because it's the Browns.
Yeah.
And then I'll smile knowing that they're still very bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that sounds great, honestly.
Outside of that, there hasn't been super large news. I believe last week we covered Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift being a engaged couple for like 10 seconds, and Shane said, "Fuck you, I don't want to talk about that." I believe that was the right quote.
That's gay. It's gay to talk about that. I don't know. There's still that school shooting, and I still don't want to talk about it because
we still need more information there.
Well, there's nothing we can say about it that is even funny. And anyway, it's just a It's just a tragedy. I mean, that's all it is. Like, what joke can we make about this shit?
I can, in a way, bring up an older shooting situation. I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not. But I went into schizo mode and I started watching this guy cover every single thing about the Las Vegas shooting.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if I talked about this last week.
I thought this was going to be bad, but no, now we're cooking here, talking about Las Vegas 2017.
Yeah. So apparently there was 2 people of Mexican descent who ran to the front of the crowd and said, "There are shooters all around us." Now, how can there be shooters all around the crowd if we blame it on one guy?
Yeah.
Like, that's a little strange, right? Additionally, this guy that I've watched, and now I'm turning into the schizo on this situation.
Normally it's me talking about this shit.
Yeah. So the guy that I watched brings up a Middle Eastern billionaire who gets in trouble.
Yes, he was
in the Middle Eastern government.
He was Saudi Arabian.
So he has essentially a group of militia who are protecting him and a group of militia who want to fucking kill him at the same time as this guy in the hotel smashing his windows open. Additionally, there are multiple names attached to the guy's hotel rooms. It's not just him. There's at least 3 women connected to that room that he was in. And it was not just one room, it was like 3 rooms in this hotel.
Hold on, just so that we're on the same page, this guy you're talking about, is this the Saudi Arabian or is this Stephen Paddock, the alleged shooter?
The alleged shooter is
Stephen Paddock.
He is in multiple rooms in that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But there's additional people listed for the room. So, if there's additional people listed and people said that there was multiple shots from multiple angles and multiple windows got broken, then how did they not catch them? This is how it gets fucked, okay? It took security and policemen almost an hour to get to this guy. By then, Most of these fucking guys could have left the room and or blamed it on this guy and shot him in the head and just ran.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was like, what? How are you so fucked at your job? There's security cameras everywhere, and they don't see these guys run off. The thing is...
No, well, the thing is...
I did see something.
Go ahead, keep going.
I did see something, and it fucking freaked me out. Apparently, during the shooting, certain people recorded men in black clothing rappel down the building and exit from the back of the casino from a roof, a lower roof. I saw that, and I was like, holy shit, this has to be a government-related thing, or it's the private militia that's against this fucking guy from Saudi Arabia helping Mr. Paddock. And then they just fucking vanished. Additionally, there is even more shit to this story, because right before the shooting, 4 helicopters leave from the local airport and fucking line up with the hotel, and you can see muzzle flashes from the crowd's recordings from the helicopters.
Yes.
It's not just one guy. It has to be more than one guy.
Well, there's also the argument, too, of when you watch these videos back, right? So the story is that Stephen Paddock was using a bump stock, which ironically, at the time, and you have to remember, Trump banned bump stocks after this. There's a big debate over whether or not these should be legal, and Trump's dumbass, he thought wrong, and he made them illegal. So, and it was after this shooting that he did that. So you have to remember, there's a conceited effort to make Americans less lethal against their government. On top of that, right, this is a Saudi billionaire, right? What specific group of people are also really into having a lot of money? Let's do some thinking here.
If you drag Jewish people into this situation, that is wild, because that is not the connection I am making.
No, trust me, it always goes back to them. Trust me. I'm not even, it always ends up going back to them.
I have even more info from these 2 videos. This guy's made 2 videos.
Let me just get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way real quick. We have a Saudi billionaire. I don't know all the details, but it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere down the line he fucked up somebody who has an Israeli passport. So you have that going on. Who is embedded in our government? Well, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, police response time is like an hour for like a mass killing. Literally, like, droves of people die. It's the deadliest mass shooting in America. And like the local police, which, you know, that's a government force.
I get to add more info to this. Honestly,
go ahead.
I got a boat ton of info here. So
go ahead.
The one guy that showed up on Ellen to try to explain the situation, who got apparently shot, got paid off by MGM Graham. He now lives in a condo, and no one can fucking talk to him because he has security around the condo at all times.
Oh, wow. That's not suspicious.
Now,
it's not.
He's
probably fine.
The thing is, most of these casinos in Vegas are pretty well connected to the Saudi Arabians. I'm not saying there's anything there, but that is something to think about. Additionally, on multiple accounts of other people trying to explain the situation, victims of the situation, they literally died right after saying they would get more information. On top of that, Mr. Paddock's old house got burned up with all the information and all the trading details that he had with all his people, because he was technically a gun dealer. So it's really weird when there's multiple shootings being reported around the same time as the Vegas shooting and after. And it's not just from one hotel, it's from all the hotels down the strip. So that's very strange to learn about. But that is what I took a lot of time into watching and understanding a bit more of.
Yeah, no, there's also the fact that so the windows were allegedly rated to stand hurricane force winds,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't believe in the police report they said that he shot out the windows. They said he like smashed them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if hurricane force winds have more force than anything like a fat boomer like Stephen Paddock could have done to that window, that's pretty suspect
Yeah.
also. Um, what other shit? Oh yeah, so also you talked about how the feds burned Stephen Paddock's house down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there was an interview with Stephen Paddock's brother,
Mm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen Paddock's brother said, "This is like the craziest thing ever. I would have never anticipated my brother ever would have done this."
Mm-hmm.
Um, like he was very much like like he was talking as if he was like, dude, something's going on that's like bigger
Yeah. A
than
little,
just my
a
brother
little too
doing a mass
crazy of a
shooting.
situation.
Yeah, so here's what ended up happening, and I think this was deliberate by the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they basically set up Stephen Paddock's brother to die in prison, and the way they did
Jesus.
that is randomly, no idea why, the FBI all of a sudden was like, we need to raid this guy's house. Like, that's probably the
Huh.
best idea we could have right now is to raid Stephen Paddock's brother's house. There might be, maybe there's some of the bullets that killed those people in Stephen Paddock's brother's house, like,
Yeah.
foolproof idea.
Yeah. Maybe he had
They go in,
emails printed out or something. Yeah.
you never know, I guess. But the FBI goes into this guy's house, okay? And on a Windows computer, allegedly a Windows computer from like 1996,
Yeah.
had like 5 fucking terabytes of fucking child pornography on it.
Hmm.
See, if the FBI thought that Stephen Paddock's brother was like that notorious of a pedophile,
Huh.
they probably would have raided his shit years before the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure the warrant was on suspicion of child pornography. I don't exactly remember, but that's what I think it was. All right. And
Yeah.
first of all, it begs the question, how would the FBI know that? Okay. Second, which by the way, if the guy is an actual child pornographer, I will stop defending him in any way, but I
Mm.
don't think he
Mm-hmm.
is. I think he was set up. Um, but the fucking second thing is that it's ironic that even if this guy was on the FBI's radar for this,
Yeah.
they would wait until like right after he has an interview with like the news where he's like saying like, yeah, I don't think my brother would have done that, basically, is
Mm.
all he really said on the news. But you could
Mm-hmm.
tell in his head he had the gears were turning, kind of like we are right now,
Yeah.
like his face and demeanor was similar to yours right now because I can visually see the gears turning through your skull the same way I could this guy.
Is it also
So
because there's a 5 head here?
We're not going to talk about that actually. Just like the government isn't going to talk about the Las Vegas shooting anymore.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the second thing that's fucking weird. Why they would do that. And the third thing and final thing with Stephen Paddock's brother that I think is weird is that there has been no follow up on this guy. Is he in prison? Did they fucking take him out back and shoot him? Where's Stephen Paddock's brother right now?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this 2017 Las Vegas shooting conspiracy theory shit is actually like low key starting to bleed into the mainstream, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just blows my mind that nobody has like looked into like where is this guy right now? Where's
Yeah.
Stephen Paddock's fucking brother, the alleged child pornographer? Like
Also, something that
just
comes to
like where
mind,
like
right?
like
Mm.
I don't know, like on one hand, it's like, oh yeah, they arrested a pedophile, but on the other hand, the reasoning behind arresting this alleged pedophile is just like it's fucked. I mean, no matter what way you look at every facet of this shooting, right? It doesn't make sense. It's
Mm.
not adding up. Don't make
Um,
dollars, dude. Like,
I just got a feeling that like, you know, in multiple videos they're like, oh, every Vegas hotel and casino has a camera on every corner, on every couch, in every room. So why don't we have cameras in this guy's room? Where did those cameras
yeah,
go?
precisely. And that's the other thing is like he allegedly wheeled up, I believe it was like 50 or more firearms, right?
Yep.
And the is has any security camera footage even been released? I don't remember
there
honestly.
there has been hallways outside of his room, but not in his room. And
But
he
there's
also set up
nothing
his
showing
own
Stephen
camera
Paddock.
to show the main door to the hotel, not hotel, to his room, so that he could eventually know when everybody should leave. Uh, everybody being the people that most likely helped him and disappeared without a trace. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Keeping on this topic, like there's a lot more of these shootings too that do not add up.
Mm-hmm.
These like national tragedy, like headline news shootings that don't add up. And like I'll tread lightly talking about this because Alex Jones got in a lot of trouble, but there is a certain shooting
Mm-hmm.
involving a certain guy where there are similar witness testimonies that we see in the Vegas shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, instead of it being this, solo, like socially inept, like lonely guy that's like fucked in the head, instead, people were reporting back that there was actually two shooters at this
Mm-hmm.
school, this elementary school in Connecticut,
Mm-hmm.
whose name I will not say. Um, and it's not the one you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So uh, there's that. There was people that were there, witnesses saying they saw these two guys like run into the woods
Hmm.
afterwards, and there's even there's even calls to the police saying like, hey, there's two guys clad in camo with guns outside of this school. I think they're hunters,
Yeah.
saying stuff like that. And no hunter is going to be hunting next to a school. I mean, you'd have to be in some like back ass rural country ass fucking neighborhood where like they've been, the family tree of the whole fucking town is a bush and
Mm.
not an actual tree.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's going to be hunting near an elementary school, plain and simple. And I don't know. I've done more research on Vegas than I have this other one that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and Yeah, I don't know, man. That one's really weird. Columbine even is
Yeah,
really weird.
I just
Like
want
there's a
to
lot
stay
of
on Vegas, honestly, but if you want to spread out, that's fine.
but we can go back to Vegas, but I just want to like say that like these like in Parkland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was Parkland, do you know who David Hogg is? He was like a school shooting survivor and he's like anti-gun and he guns for like he doesn't gun for, but
Mm-hmm.
he's like super cool with the Democrats because he survived a school shooting and he hates guns because of it.
Yeah,
And do you know who I'm talking about? David Hogg.
I think so. I'm just gonna search to double check, but I
Yeah,
believe
look
so.
him up. You'll know him you'll know who he is. But that guy, there's a conspiracy. It didn't even go to that high school, to Parkland, Florida high school,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was like a 20-something-year-old crisis actor. Um,
He
and
was involved with Stoneman Douglas High School.
Stoneman, yeah, yeah, that was Nicholas Cruz's
And
thing.
by involved, I
Um,
mean he was a victim of, allegedly,
yeah, he was
accordingly.
a victim of. Yeah, no, yeah, Parkland. He came out of Parkland. I remember that. So, um, no, and there's like a Snapchat video too that
Mm.
somebody took where he's like, "Yo, this is my speech and debate partner, and this dude is like 20 and he doesn't even go to school here." And
Hmm.
David Hogg is like mean mugging him and shit, and it's just you can like it's obviously David Hogg,
Hmm.
very obviously, and
Weird.
it's it's very weird. It's like insanely weird, and it's also insanely weird how like most of these shooters, obviously the demographic has changed, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just gonna say it right now, a lot of these are like controlled events. These are like orchestrated events by powers higher than us.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
Uh,
fuck, I kind of lost my train of thought
I,
there. I
I'm
started getting too lost in the
I'm
sauce.
I'm just gonna process the Vegas information that I've been spieling
Yeah,
out
let's
on the
go back to that
podcast.
before start. Yeah, before I start getting
All
too
right.
fucking crazy and I get killed.
So
I
apparently,
don't want to kill myself, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, you're fine, man. I hope you're fine. Um,
Well, no, I'm saying that for the audience. I don't want to kill myself. I'm not going to. If
mm-hmm.
you hear that I do, it was not me that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Just for saying what I said,
A
putting
classic,
that out
a
there. But sorry.
classic. The guy that got multiple hours of recording, but they used the wrong angle. Situation. I
Yeah,
understand what you're
exactly.
talking
Yep.
about. Um,
Yeah, for
all
sure.
right, I'm gonna connect Vegas together real quick. So we know that a Saudi billionaire who got in trouble for embezzlement and other shit in the Saudi government was in Vegas around the same time. There was definitely some kind of militia against him around the same time in that area. On top of that, there is a arms dealer who has definitely talked to the Saudi Arabians before. It kind of connects too well. And the
Yeah.
helicopters could also be Saudi soldiers. But the thing is, why would they just attack this crowd to test the weaponry? Well, this is where
Well, there's a reason for that.
the third
Yeah.
crinkle comes in. We have a third crinkle in this situation. The ISIS Twitter account has said previously at least 3 times that they have fucking
ISIS
done this
Twitter
shooting.
account.
The ISIS Twitter account literally said they did it. So that makes it
Okay.
confusing because maybe the American government was under the idea that ISIS was going to attack this Saudi Arabian multi-billionaire who is obviously corrupt. But instead, ISIS unleashes havoc and blames it on Stephen Paddock. That's kind of weird. That's kind
Well,
of
you know what
weird.
else is weird too? And it's crazy that ISIS of all people would take credit for it because ISIS was propped up and funded by the Israeli Mossad.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it is known information that they had Mossad agents embedded with them,
Mm-hmm.
working with them to
Mm-hmm.
do atrocities in the Middle East. So it's kind of, you know, if you want to take that angle with it, which I am 100%,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, always leads back to them. Kind of weird that
uh,
ISIS would be all fucking over that, even
yeah.
though, and the fact that the news wouldn't even like, because back when that happened, like Trump was in office, he was gunning hard against ISIS. The fact that ISIS came out and said that, and the news was like, "Nah, it's this guy, Stephen Paddock, that we
Yeah,
know
it's
nothing
just
about."
one
To this
arms
day,
dealer.
almost 10 years later, yeah, almost 10 years later, we still know nothing about this fucking guy. And you know, so like that's just something I put together
Yeah.
now, and that's really weird
Yeah,
if you think about it,
it's just
because like,
one arms dealer guy who has a pistol right next to where his blown out head is, that is obviously at an angle where he couldn't have shot himself. Yeah, it's obviously that guy. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
yeah,
So my assumption
yeah,
is that
and like,
he was in cahoots with ISIS, but ISIS did not want anything to fuck with him. They just pinned it on him and ran. That is my assumption. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's correct, but that's the vibe.
see, I'm gonna say that your assumption is wrong. See, what I think happened is that the government used it like MK Ultra level mind control shit on Stephen Paddock. And now
Mm.
that sounds
Mm-hmm.
just out the gate, that sounds completely psychotic, schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
little.
want to believe that.
That's a bit more of a jump than what I said, for sure.
But you have to remember, most of the papers regarding MK Ultra were burned. We
Hmm.
don't know. We are what we know about MK Ultra that is out there in the public and can easily be researched and all this stuff is just barely scratching the surface of what that project truly found.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason they burned that shit. There is 100% a reason they burned that shit. They found some shit that the public probably that they don't want the public to know about,
Yeah.
right? So it wouldn't surprise me if these guys figured out how to mind control people into doing things. And like that's also a an argument a lot of conspiracy people have with like other shootings.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to believe it, honestly. But so no, they took Stephen Paddock. He fit their bill, right? He was
Yeah.
a single guy, lived alone, didn't really talk to many people, so he became like very easy for the public to demonize, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this guy's not, you know,
His
like
dad was
realistically,
a
they don't.
criminal as well, so he
Yeah,
automatically had that
and
stigma. My
you know,
goodness.
with me saying that, you have to remember, like, whenever these events happen, especially back then, the media would do anything they could to demonize somebody. So the less the public knows about somebody, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why they target people like Stephen Paddock for this shit.
Well,
Um,
the thing is that the vibe is also that after they shot him and they fucking obviously rappelled down the fucking hotel, right? Like that has to be an obvious thing. It's either that or they were running down the stairs as
well, yeah,
fast as they could, and that doesn't add up with the guy on the fucking lower roof story and
yeah. Well,
video.
like when you think about this, you have to think more than just the events that happen. You have to think about like how evil the people in power are that
Mm,
orchestrate these things,
mm-hmm.
because these people are stone cold. These people are stone cold killers and they're evil.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they got Stephen Paddock into this, and then, which by the way, we still don't know any information. There's no chat logs, no emails, no nothing.
Nope.
I think somewhere along the line, somebody got in contact with Stephen Paddock deliberately because the CIA or the FBI or whoever was MK Ultraing the fuck out of this guy to do a
Mm.
mass killing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're
Well,
they're they're scapegoat essentially.
I already told you that all the casinos on the strip are somewhat connected to Saudi Arabia as well.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, that's
So
exactly
they
what
could
it
have
is.
just bribed him with
But
an
it goes
extreme amount
bigger.
of money.
Yeah, it goes bigger than just like Saudi Arabia orchestrated this shit. It goes with that, like, this is like a deep state thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like it goes more than just the Saudis were trying to kill this guy. It's that guy pissed off the wrong people
Mm.
in who are in very close circles with each other. So they tried to assassinate him, and it got botched. This is
Mm.
generally what people will say. It got botched, so they got the okay to turn it into a mass shooting, so people don't know that
Ah,
political
okay.
assassinations aren't going on American soil. That's like one of the big things. Um, because that's bad PR. It makes the people mad. It makes people lose faith in the
Well,
government, which they shouldn't have faith in the first place.
can
Um,
can I draw
but
you a map from like how I'm thinking about how it would look from
let
like
me
the
just get out.
starting
Let me
second?
just get my point across here to what I'm saying with
Yeah.
this theory, right?
Yeah.
So, right, guy's mind controlled, meets
Mm.
up with
Mm-hmm.
obviously government entities, and then there's also an angle of like blood libel style, like human sacrifice ritual too,
Yeah.
because that always happens. There's always like mass casualties, and the government just like starts doing really well for themselves. That's like a constant throughout history.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I that's pretty much it though. But
Okay.
I personally, I think Vegas specifically,
Mm-hmm.
that shooting was not a random event. That was an unskippable cut scene done by the fucking government.
Yeah. All right. So first second of this shooting, like first possible second, right? Stephen Paddock is in this giant hotel room that's connected to like two other hotel rooms, at least two. They didn't say if he had an extra one in a spare hotel or anything. But we know there's at least three rooms he could have angles in. On top of that, there are multiple names, at least three other names connected to the room. So, hotel people would not be any wiser if three women came through, swapped their passes with actual soldiers to get into this room. Right? That could happen. Doesn't mean it did, but it could have. So, then there's four people in this room, all using weaponry at the same time. On top of that, there are people on the ground floor of this concert covering all the edges. There's most likely, my guess would be about 15 people that have weaponry in this area. Additionally, there are 4 choppers in the area, all with at least one shooter on each. So, total, there is over 25 people shooting at this crowd. It's not just one guy. It's like 27. It's got to be like 27. For the amount of bullets rained down, it has to be. On top of that, in every...
You're saying there's like 27 shooters.
Yeah. In
I
every
disagree.
single hotel down the line, after Mr. Paddock is shot and blamed for everything in this very, very frantic crowd, there are multiple other shooters on every hotel down the strip. Literally every hotel had a 911 call from a shooter entering and shooting at people. So either these guys from the crowd shooting situation ran over through the strip and started shooting, or there's even more people in each hotel doing this. So there could be up to like
Okay,
40
I
people.
see your point here. I see your point here.
That is a lot of fucking guys. But ISIS works in small groups. That is what it is. It's not just Mr.
Well, like,
Paddock and 3 groupies. It's up to 40 people total. That's my
I don't
number.
know if I can. I don't know if I can 100% subscribe to that because yeah, there are calls. There are calls for these shootings at these other casinos, but I really like. Do we see any footage, any pictures from this? Like, did anybody record anything? Like all we get is the Las Vegas shooting, but like
Mm-hmm.
if there's video footage of these other shootings, I'm more willing to believe you.
There's
But
at least 911 calls for at least half of these hotels. I'm not sure where the other like 6 to 8 calls are, but there is evidence of 911 calls for at least half of the hotels.
yeah, I'm just saying it's definitely a conceited organized event. The thing is I couldn't see that many people being involved in it and there not being like more just straight up street info about it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um I think at max there was five, at
Mm-hmm.
minimum there was two,
Mm-hmm.
and they also I brought up the bump stocks earlier, right?
Yeah.
If you watch those videos, and this was the point I was trying to get to, but I got on like a side tangent about gun control shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the rates of fire that you're seeing or you're hearing in
Mm-hmm.
that video, in multiple videos, it doesn't sound like somebody with a bump stock.
Mm-hmm.
It just straight up does not. I mean, I a bump stock, unless you're like amazing with the thing, which I don't know, maybe Stephen Paddock was, and it wasn't the government killing people to cover an assassination and as a blood libel ritual, but like, um, I don't know, like I hear those shots fire off, and I'm like, that's a belt-fed machine gun. That sounds like a frickin' uh Mark 43 or whatever the fuck, like
Mm-hmm.
spitting rounds out. That's what it sounds like. And of course, I always look in the comments of these videos when I'm thinking that, and everybody's like, yeah, that sounds like a fucking machine gun. That sounds like a 240 Bravo. That sounds like a Saw or like this or that. And it really does. It
Mm-hmm.
genuinely does. And there's like a whole rate of fire thing. They say Paddock expelled X amount of rounds in X amount of time and killed X amount of people. Well, to be able to spit out as much lead as that guy was spitting out of that window allegedly,
Yeah.
you'd literally have to pick up a gun, mag dump, and then within a second span, pick up another gun.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't gonna happen. Because you have, like, regardless, I get it, it's a mass shooting. The guy's just like shooting at people, but like, he's got to find his target. It's gonna
Yeah.
take him like a second or two, in addition to grabbing the next rifle
Yeah.
to do that. But
Uh,
if you have a belt-fed machine gun with 1,000 fucking rounds in it, you don't really got to think about all that. You can kind of shoot all you want.
yeah. Um,
So that's a
hmm.
big thing people talk about is the inconsistencies with like the weaponry that is described by the government when they investigated this shit.
Well,
And I also being a gun head myself, I agree with the conspiracy theorists that
hmm.
that does not sound like a bump stock being
Yeah.
fired. That sounds like a machine gun.
Um, okay. So the one last not idea, but image I could bring up in my head is that it was up to 4 people in that room at the same time. But because the police took so fucking long, they shot Paddock and ran. The 3 guys ran. And
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm 100% with you that he was killed. He did not kill himself. Somebody else did that.
and
And it's like think about it too. If you have that many guns
Yeah.
and you have these like, you know, mythical powers because of a bump stock to make your gun fire like 1,000 RPM or some shit, wouldn't you be ready for the police? Like
Yeah.
I would have fought the police if I was Stephen Paddock and the government wasn't talking to me and I just decided to kill a bunch of people at a Jason Aldean concert. I'm gonna fight the fucking cops too,
Yeah.
right? I have all these guns and ammo. What do I give a fuck about the guy across the hall from me if a bullet pierces the wall and hits him? I just killed 50 fucking people at a music festival.
Mm-hmm.
He had no reason to kill himself. He had every reason to fight his way out. If he was gonna die anyway?
Yeah.
If he planned on killing himself anyway, what sense does it make to even fucking do that in the first place, dude?
Well,
Like,
I'm saying there's 3 other guys, right? But there's a 4th
sorry,
guy.
I was just
That's what the lower roof video is. The
yeah.
4th guy. He is
Sorry,
a scout.
I was just ranting there. I was ranting there because it pisses me off how dumb the government thinks we are.
Yeah.
When it comes to shit like that. It's like, yeah, the guy's just gonna kill himself, but he has, 51 AR-15s with bump stocks and armor piercing ammo.
Like, okay, dude.
Yeah, the guy's gonna kill himself. All right.
Man.
He just killed 50 people. He's like, oh, I guess I'm done. No, like that's bullshit.
But
like that actually makes me mad. I just thought of that now, that whole diatribe now, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck did they think? Who do they think I am?
But those guys went down either a separate elevator or they went down the stairs as fast as they could. They quickly called the scout, and that's why the scout on the lower roof went down from the building. Is because he got called and he said, oh, fuck, I need to go. So all 4 guys group up and they just run through the strip. All they have is sidearms and so much fear of being caught that they do tiny little shootings to distract other people. So
that makes sense.
So it could be just up to 5 guys, and that's it. And maybe all these muzzle flashes that you see from the helicopters, maybe that's just like refraction of like a flashlight on a gun trying to find the shooter.
Yeah, but who uses a weapon light in a fucking helicopter to find somebody?
Well,
that's the last thing I would
if they
do,
think it's coming from the crowd,
just aren't there.
If they think it's coming from the crowd, like the 2 Mexican bystanders say, then they would look through the crowd first.
Yeah, but that light's not going to help them. It's not going to reach the crowd. It's a weapon light. Like you can get, I mean, there's some bright, high lumen weapon lights you can get, but nothing that's going to be able to, like, from a helicopter, if you aim the thing down and look at a crowd and turn the weapon light on, it's not going to help you.
What do you think? Do you think it could have been like a camera crew for all these helicopters?
It could be that too, because, well, how much?
There was 4 helicopters.
Do we have from up above?
Yeah.
How much footage do we have from up above?
Not much at all.
I don't know. I don't know of any in the moment that it happened.
Yeah.
Why were there helicopters? Why were there helicopters circling the place?
There's 4 helicopters lined up.
Black helicopters. They said black helicopters.
They're lined up right next to the hotel room. So there's either a total of 5 guys on the ground, and that's it, or there's 5 guys and then whoever's in the helicopters. That would be your maximum. Is the helicopters, I think.
Well, I'm talking 5 guys, as in, like, to me there's a maximum of 5 guys that have a weapon in their hand shooting at people. That doesn't account for, like, the helicopter pilots and, like, all the auxiliary shit.
Okay.
It's just gunmen when I'm talking 5 guys.
Like, I'm thinking 5 guys on the ground is, like, maybe the best way to look at it. But the helicopters being there and stationary and right next to where it's coming from is still a question mark, you know?
No, and that's the whole thing with Vegas, man, is it's all one big question mark because they never wrapped it up. It was their first, I feel like that was the first time like cabalist deep state ran media
Mm,
were like, we're just going to throw this in the trash and see how the people react, you know?
ugh.
I feel like that's the first time they did that, and now
Now it's
nobody reacted, so now they just fucking do it all the time.
now it's Epstein. Anything with him.
Yeah, no, like Epstein, that recent shooting I brought up that brought us to Las Vegas,
Yeah, that we
um,
technically don't know
that
much
got
of.
thrown away.
Yeah.
The whole Thomas Crooks Trump
Mm-hmm.
assassination thing got thrown away, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of weird
And the
shit, like
second guy.
super weird
We
shit
don't even
going
know
on
the
with that.
second guy's name. The
Yeah, whatever
the golf course guy. We don't
happened to
know
him?
what
He tried
happened
to
to him.
assassinate a Did he die? Did,
I don't know.
didn't they take him alive?
Yeah, they took him
I'm
alive.
pretty sure
They
they took him
arrested him.
alive. Yeah, what happened to him? Where's T at? Where the fuck is he?
There's a lot of question marks, man. It's
Are you fucking
crazy.
kidding me? I'm telling you, dude. People think I'm fucking crazy when it comes to this deep state cabal orchestrating world events or
Mm-hmm.
orchestrating national events type shit. People think I'm fucking nuts. But if you start really digging into it, dude, I tell you what, I'm probably right most of the time. I probably fucking
Yeah.
am. Like I just the fact people are this shit's getting more mainstream and people are finally starting to open up their uh, fucking eyes to this clear dog and pony show that we're experiencing with world powers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it like there's that phrase of the world's a stage, right?
Yeah.
You know, like it's a show. Yeah, it is a fucking show, and the show's fucking South Park, and like it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like we're living in a fucking dystopia. Like something has to be done here,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be done at the top. It's going to start from the bottom up, and I I don't know, man. Like
It's just wild how
it makes
much
me so mad.
I could connect there, man.
It makes yeah, like it makes me mad how fucking stupid these people think we are. Because most of us, I guarantee, like
Mm.
1 in 3 people
Mm-hmm.
walking down the street, one of them's probably an absolute fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
And it just they use that metric that like I don't know, man. I
The
don't know.
the one last
We're
tidbit
living in hellish times.
the one last tidbit I saw is that the lady lawyer that was trying to get all these shooting victim
The lady
relief
lawyer.
she was trying to get shooting victim relief funds, but she's related to a high-ranking government official.
Of course she is.
So
Of course she
instead
is.
of the proper amount of money that they were hoping to get, instead it was like not even a
They got
tenth of
fucked.
it as a response.
And that's crazy too, because now I'm thinking about it and it's like, wow, they made Alex Jones give the Sandy Hook families a lot of money for what he said, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then so they'll make Alex Jones pay a guy who for decades has been low key speaking the truth about like deep state cabalism
Mm-hmm.
in world governments and in the American government. Like I don't agree with everything Alex Jones says, but like he infiltrated Bohemian Grove and got like the first footage of like their weird Satan
Yeah.
ceremonies for the first time in like decades, like inside footage, you know. So like it's crazy they make him pay out all that money when the government has like trillions of dollars that they can just give to people. But you know, the lawyer lady who's connected with a high-ranking American government official sees it fit that these people get $5 a kid that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like yeah, that's really weird how all of that works. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's
let's
just
make the
very
little man
strange. It's
like
just
the
so
government
strange.
literally said let's the government with Alex Jones literally said let's make the little man pay the money to these people that we should have paid them.
Mm-hmm.
because he said stuff that goes against the narrative of that shooting.
Wasn't it like
You know, and
$100 million or something?
yeah, it was a ridiculous amount of. It was not a. It was an amount of money that was not, in my opinion, conducive uh,
Mm-hmm.
to what he did. And the reason I say that is, yeah, he did go hard on some of the parents whose actual children died. That was very deplorable of Alex Jones to do. That was in I mean, that it's borderline unforgivable behavior if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But but if you really start getting into the meat and potatoes about that shooting he was talking about that he got sued for,
Hmm.
he wasn't entirely wrong about the crisis actor thing. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
he was.
Mm-hmm.
I think calling every parent a crisis actor is fucked up, but there are absolutely crisis actors like David Hogg, similar to David Hogg there. I believe that. That is something I believe, and I'm doubling down on it. But I won't say what shooting that was, and it's not the one you're thinking of,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it light.
Yeah. I did mention Epstein's name pretty close to the last time you mentioned this. But I I don't know. There's just like so many little things from learning. Not even like trying to sound like a nightmare person by going, I'm learning so
Yeah,
much from conspiracies. I'm not. I honestly did not know a lot more outside of one guy did it for this Vegas shooting
yeah,
situation for like the longest time. So to get any
yeah.
sort of
No, and
context or any sort of info about the case was really impressive to listen to.
yeah, fucking for sure. And I feel like you know the regular Joe Jerkoff that you talk to on the street probably believes that there is one guy that did the Las Vegas shooting, and I think that's a problem because it's putting too much because people not seeing through the lines on this shooting, specifically this, to me, you failed a litmus test
Mm-hmm.
of whether or not I should even take you seriously. Um, because it's very clearly something else was going on.
Yeah.
It's very clear that Stephen Paddock, when you compile all the information, did not act alone. May or may not have even been there. Uh, like people need to open their mind to this stuff. It's very important to
Yeah.
me, and people are afraid of being seen as crazy, but in this day and age, look at what our actual fucking government is doing and tell me if I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm 100% serious. Like
There's just
look at what we've
so much
seen
crazy
in
shit,
Trump's
man.
less than a year into Trump's presidency. Look at what we see and tell me I'm the fucking crazy one. Because
uh,
it's them. It's those it's fucking politicians, it's the cabal and it's the deep state. Those are the fucking crazy ones. And people really need to fucking come around to this. It's very important,
yeah.
like something needs to be done. And the more people whose eyes are open to this means there's a better chance of us on the, I guess bottom of the totem pole for lack of a better term. The more people we get to believe this, the better off we are.
Yeah.
And they don't even have to believe my whatever, call them conspiracies if you want, but they don't have to believe that shit verbatim to mine. I just
Mm-hmm.
need the simple baseline of the majority of the populace that I talk to saying like, "Oh yeah, Las Vegas, yeah, the government did that."
Yeah.
And then because I mean, once that barrier gets broken, I'm sorry I keep rambling
Yeah,
for so
you're
long,
fine. You're making good
but
sentences
I'm
here.
I'm very passionate about this topic, all right? But the more people we get to realize that the Las Vegas shooting was probably done by like the government and like deep state figures,
Mm-hmm.
the more that opens the door for these people to start like looking at more stuff, like looking at looking at 9/11 a little closer,
Yeah.
kind of reading through the lines on that, looking through the invasion of Iraq, seeing through the lines on that. Um, you know, obviously Epstein's a big one. I mean, there's so much of this stuff that, if it looks like shit and it smells like shit, it's probably shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the government's like, nah, this is actually the best thing you could ever fucking eat. For real, dude. You gotta try this. And it's actual human shit. And you're like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
like motherfuckers are basically like, oh hell yeah, give me a piece of that, government. If you say it's good, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, you say that the dog shit tastes good. I believe you. I believe you.
I'm still
Like,
baffled that there has been no Epstein records. But if we compare it to the Vegas stuff, there's a good chance they already destroyed it. So,
well, look
there's
at.
that.
Have you seen this shit recently? How there's all these Epstein quote unquote victims
Well,
coming out and talking
let
to the
let me
news?
just remind you that like 2 years ago, I think it might have just been last year. Um, somebody invaded Mar-a-Lago, Trump's infamous little house he has, his mansion, right? And they stole files from his house. What could have been those files? Could those have been the Epstein files? Did he have a
Probably not.
printed copy of Epstein's flight logs at the least? Like,
Definitely not.
what was in there that was so valuable that someone had to steal it?
No, but what I'm trying to say here is you've seen this though. You've seen recently that there's quote unquote Epstein victims coming out and they're talking to
Yeah,
mainstream news
yeah, I've
sources.
seen that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't
yeah.
know about you. I think these are actors hired by the CIA
Mm.
and Mossad
Mm-hmm.
to because think about what was her name? Virginia Guffrey, the one that uh was it Prince Andrew, I think? Who's the old fuck that's king of England right now?
That's Charles.
Yes, yeah, Prince Charles. Uh so this chick got fucked by Prince Charles, right? When she
Mm-hmm.
was like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Epstein brought her there, right? So people obviously believed her, and the government and like media, like companies and stuff like that, did whatever they could to like bury her story.
Yeah.
So Virginia Guffrey, I think this happened this year. Like this happened like earlier this year. So she posts on Twitter. She's like, she said something about like I think like I have a lot of information that's about to come out, like all this shit. And then
Yeah.
like maybe a week later, she died in a car crash or something.
Hmm.
Just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
one, just one of Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein's victims getting
Yeah,
killed in a car
that's
crash after
normal.
saying that,
That's normal. That's
yeah,
just
that
like all
happens all
the
the
Las
time.
Vegas shooting victims who said, "Oh, there was
Yeah,
multiple shooters dying suddenly."
yeah,
Like,
right.
yeah, that's
Fu-
totally normal. What?
fucking happens all the time.
That's
Happens all the
wild.
time, dude. So there is that, but it's like no. If the way I'm looking at it, if these were real, authentic Epstein victims, they would be dead.
Mm.
They would be dead.
Mm.
They would have been killed as children for blood libel sacrifice on Little St. James in the fucking Ellen house, the Ellen set house with the fucking white and blue stripes on it. If they were real Epstein victims, they'd have been dead. I don't know how Virginia Guffrey got out of it. I'm sure there's some others that got out of it, but the vast majority of them are raped and killed for blood libel sacrifice, and I firmly believe that.
I forgot which X-Men movie it is, right? But Magneto has his own little island with a certain amount of other characters. And whenever I think of Epstein Island, I just think of that island. Is that bad?
Yeah,
Is that bad? Like, that's the
yeah.
vibe I
I
get. This like
There's probably a
distant,
joke in there I can make, but I
hidden.
just can't think of one.
Uh,
But no, I don't know, man.
I
Like
don't know.
this, like people need to start getting fed up with the bullshit the government's feeding us. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say we have a Second Amendment for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow,
Well, that'd be counterintuitive to what we've been talking about.
yeah, I know. But the only thing is, instead of, I can't say that. So what we're gonna do instead is,
in the pod.
not, I guess, yeah, end the podcast. Yeah, let's end it. Let's end it right here.
Next week we will
get us in trouble.
Next week we will not talk about these subject matters, and I'm going to have to figure out how to title this podcast. We'll see you guys next time.
Oh, I have a couple cooking here. Yeah, have a good one, guys.
And you don't seem to understand. A shame you seem